Oh my God. Here's the kids section. What's the first video? Adrenochrome, the leaked documents. This is the kids programming. Oh my God. The elite's super drug, adrenochrome. Why? By the way, if they all have this stuff, why do they continue to age? I would get kicked off of YouTube. News. I'm glad they used a proper lower third. Okay, so proof. This search may associate with dangerous content. Okay, the kids are the drug hidden from social media platforms. Why? Because it's a lie. And immortality serum obtained from the adrenal gland of living children after they have been terrorized to get the highest levels of adrenaline. It has LSD-like qualities and is used in satanic rituals by monarchies, politicians, congressmen, celebrities. Why would it be? It's an immortality serum. So this can't be new. Did they just think this up? If it's an immortality serum, then why don't they synthesize it?
Fellow truth seekers.
Hello.
Today I'd like to share a document with you.
Cool. Sounds great. Wait a minute. You can buy adrenochrome someplace for $100 to $230 a gram. Minimum order 1 gram.
Last week I received a data dump. Actually,
please tell me that's 100,000 to 230,000, or I'm not going to believe that this is an elitist thing.
A series of documents that are the most.
We have the documents, sort of.
Most shocking evidence of the existence of adrenochrome I've ever seen.
All right, let's hear it.
The volume is extensive and important to share, as it shows that it is highly unlikely that all these documents are falsified or created by a LARP.
Swedish or Finnish? I'm going to go with Swedish.
For those of you that do not know what adrenochrome is...
Well, I don't know.
It's a substance used as a drug and life elixir.
A life elixir. So it's not an immortality drug. It doesn't keep you alive forever. Just kind of like... It's like resveratrol, except you have to kill a kid and still your mileage may vary.
The drug is the most expensive.
Oh yeah, it's a dump.
On the market and extremely popular amongst Hollywood stars.
Is it? Why have I don't think you smoke it. I don't know. Maybe she'll tell us. I'm not sure. I think it's more than likely it's injected to give it a real, nasty kind of thing. But I've been to a few big Hollywood gatherings, and I don't ever remember an adrenochrome bong being passed around. But maybe it's because my eyes wide shut mask slipped and they recognize me.
It is derived from blood of young donors, preferably below the age of 12 years old.
Why? Oh, prepubescent? Is that what we're doing? Hold on, let me blow this up so you guys can, because you don't want to miss out on this. Apparently we're seeing, I'm pretty sure that's cocoa and liver and a thing that says adrenochrome on it, but nobody could have faked one of those.
The blood needs to contain the highest amount of adrenaline, for which the children are terrorized, raped, and tortured to raise their adrenaline level.
Uh-huh. But after a while, it would have to be relatively immediate, because everybody gets used to it, even when it's horrible. It would eventually, all human reactions drop off.
When the child is in an extreme state of pain and fear, the blood is harvested.
But the blood is harvested? Why do you harvest the blood? The adrenochrome comes from...
It happens in the so-called adrenochrome harvesting sites on an industrial scale and within a worldwide network.
So there's big factories. Can we see any of these? Are any of these going to show up? What do they show up as on Google search, on Google Maps? I'm just curious.
As the documents that I will share in this video
Yeah, these are documents. You can tell they're documents because they're pictures of documents.
Video will point out.
I will definitely be put on a list for this. Who thinks this stuff up? I'm guessing it's a natural rabbit hole that, you know, it must be this, it must be that. Well, then if it's this, then it's that kind of stuff. Yes, that is Canadian bacon on the right. Adrenochrome. Adrenochrome is made from Canadian bacon, iodine, and cocoa powder. It's probably cacao, which is gross.
It started with this letter that was.
It started with this letter, which is in German, so immediately we know that this is terrible and what is happening.
Sent to a German blog.
Liebe Hörschriftler, ich schicke Ihnen die Fotokopien auch durch, weil ich Angst habe.
Dear Mr. Schaefer.
She can read German. Already I don't trust her.
I'm sending you the photocopies and printouts because I am afraid.
Photocopies? Well, then they must be real. Photocopies? That means that there were photos at one point, and they were photocopied. I mean, guys, why can't you face the truth?
I ordered USB sticks at Amazon and received them last week. One stick had an opened packaging.
Wait a minute. This dude ordered a pack of USB sticks, and we're going to find out that the adrenochrome documents were just magically on this USB stick he found?
And there was data on it.
Oh my God.
Tests.
It wasn't a Nine Inch Nails record?
At first, I wanted to send the stick back, but then...
But I had to look, because it must be proof of a great worldwide conspiracy, because, you know, immortal super celebrities are sloppy like that.
I thought, no, let's first see what's on it.
Yeah, I would too. I'd be like, what? There's already stuff on here. I'm sending it back. This is bullshit.
I do not understand English very well, but what I understand is that it was a list of abducted children.
Yeah, because that's the kind of, like, you resell on Amazon. I don't know. Have you ever bought any software or anything off of, you know, any hardware off of Amazon? If you buy a hard drive, it's going to have a list of missing children on it. That's just how they roll. Jesus.
Are probably caught and abused.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, why wouldn't you jump at that immediately? I ordered a bunch of USB sticks off of Amazon for, obviously, the dissemination of child porn, clearly because of the circles this dude rolls in. He finds a list of children on there, and they must be missing, and they must have been drained of their life essence.
It is terribly sad.
It's terribly sad. It totally is. I don't know German, so that might be a real word.
A company called CYM.
Cover your mouth.
Runs scams and evaluates children. They
run scams and evaluate children
for the adrenochrome and sell it.
Yeah, this is why you don't log off when I say I'm done. That's totally true, John.
Disposal means elimination.
Well, yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
There are hundreds of pages, and I can only print out a few.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, maybe you should call Rudy Giuliani. He has the same problem. You know what I mean? Like, Rudy would love to put out the whole hard drive, but, you know, he just can't.
There are also lists of names and photos of adults.
Well, yeah. Obviously, the digital children aren't unaccompanied minors.
I think that these.
Oh, thanks. I hit 17K on there.
The children
That's awesome. We hit 17K on YouTube. Hey, thanks, guys.
So she sent these files to this blog because.
Yeah, not all of them. I mean, because it's a USB stick. Who has enough space on their hard drive for that? It wouldn't be that I would take all those other USB sticks that I had, copy what was on that USB stick, because holy shit, I've just stumbled onto exact evidence of an adrenochrome fucking farm. No, what I'm going to do is print out on paper and mail you a few things from it. Okay, folks. Okay, give me 1 second. Point of privilege, if I may. If you order 20 USB sticks from Amazon and you open them up and you're testing them, you know, as you do to go, I hope there's no data already on these friggin' things. And one of them, it does. It has a list of missing children and a list of adults, and you allege you're under the impression that from reading these things that these children are missing and or have been eaten, and their blood is being used to make super drugs for the elite. Don't use your printer to print out 4 or 5 pages and mail them to someone. Take all those other USB sticks, you can order some more later, and copy that stick dozens of times, as many as you have, and then mail them to everywhere. You see? See how you... We're not talking about Trump. Oh, indeed, we are talking about Trump. Remember, these are the people who believe Trump is behind the fight to find this cabal. Remember, this is in their mind, this is Trump's whole raison d'etre. It's the only reason you got to be there, right?
He was writing about Q and Trump's plan.
There you go. What did I say? Look at that, like on Q. Yeah, it's just like Q and Trump's plan.
I cannot send an email because I'm really
an idiot.
Really afraid, and I think that these are terrible killers that torture the small children, just like Q also writes.
Again, you're only safe if you're not the only one who has it. And if you grab all that shit and you send it to everybody, they also have it, and then more people, like you would send all that. Oh, God. Yeah, I know she's talking about the adrenaline.
I've been reading about Q for a long time.
No shit.
Please find the possibility to publish this on your blog.
Yeah, just randomly take for granted that on this disc is a bunch of other shit, but I'm going to print a couple of things and give them to you.
Or on a website.
Yeah, just put it anywhere.
I've checked the names, etc., etc. I have a few. I've looked up a few of them, not all of them. And
I do not have bags of soup on my Amazon store yet. That's a good point.
These companies, they seem so serious. Can you give the list to Mr. Trump?
Yeah, she's got send it to this lady who's posting on YouTube, who has 52 subscribers. She'll get it to him.
Who will hopefully get them out of their misery.
Get them in.
I'm really afraid, and
why wouldn't you be?
In case this...
Obviously, crossing the street is a dangerous endeavor for someone of your mental capacity.
Letter gets intercepted. They cannot find my name because my son is about the same age as these poor children.
You think they'll care?
Signed by Steffi, and it's...
Yes, Steffi. Oh, Steffi. Yeah, we know who Steffi is. You're going to sign it Steffi. Your nickname.
The PS is...
But you can call me Puddin'.
I have to send more, then I must be careful. Please write on your Hominibus website, like, Steffi, contact me. Then I see that I can answer. So this is the first document that was found on this USB stick.
Uh-huh.
It is a document by the CYM Corporation.
Uh-huh.
An inmate report.
Dun, dun, dun. Inmate report.
Here.
That's how you would list it if you had a kid farm. You'd call them... Yeah.
Are the names of the children?
Why would you keep the names? But were you going to return them later?
The birthday.
Why wouldn't you just have child with the number and then the birth date, so that people could go, I'll have do you have any blondes? A 2013 would be lovely. Thank you.
This child is 6 years old, the blood type, in custody for this number of months. So this child has been in custody for almost 2 years.
Well, of course he has. He's doing hard time for murder.
There are also children that are in custody for 3 years.
Well, how much blood do these kids have in them? I don't even understand this harvesting process at this point. Again, like I said, if it happened immediately, I would almost like, yeah, they snatch a kid up while the kid's really scared. They attack them, and it's a horrifying thing. And then while their adrenaline's all kicked up, they kill them and drain them, and like some sort of vampire thing. I'd almost buy that. But if they're keeping them for years and years and years,
the adrenochrome.
Yes, this is from a Trump camp. This is from Trump's visit to Epstein Island.
Quality.
Wait, the adrenochrome quality? They actually wrote it on the sheet?
The camps, and I will get into that in the presentation a bit further on. The year when they are planned to be disposed, whether they are suicidal or not. So
you got to get at it quickly.
These children of
all the ones who are already dead aren't suicidal? Okay.
12 years old and younger, many of them are suicidal. The country of origin, the daily quota.
This has to be real. I mean, look at it. There's columns.
Which is dazzling to me. 25 daily quotas. And the inmate number. This is page 1 out of 12 pages.
Oh my God, there's 12 pages. It goes on and on.
And it's pretty recent. It's printed in June 1st, 2020.
Yeah, you mean June 1st, 2020, they put together this document, and then they immediately lose a USB drive, which gets resold. They return it, and they get new ones. Where were the other ones going? Okay.
This goes on and on and on.
Well, yeah, of course. You've checked the names and birth dates and where they were located, right? Missing children reports. There's all that information. Doesn't match up? Okay.
These names need to be searched in a database.
Yeah, they do. Maybe before you post them saying that they're being milked for adrenochrome. Maybe again, why don't you share? All right.
Police database, CPS database. This is the volume of documents. And let's go to the next page.
Yeah, let's.
This is a summary. No, wait. This is a summary.
Yeah, that wasn't a summary. This is a summary. Mm-hmm.
The CYM Corporation Production Report. Raw adrenochrome production.
Not that mixed shit. This is organic. This is free. Like, excuse me. My boyfriend, the King of Prussia, who's been alive for over 1,000 years. Yes, he only does organic adrenochrome. Do you have any? Yes, non-filtered. Yes, with a touch of honey. No, straight from the bear is fine. Fucking hell.
These are the locations of the camps.
Yeah, because that's what you would do if you were. I mean, I guess they're so they think they're so protected.
The origin of the countries where these children are abducted.
I'm glad you can trust these figures. There's no reason why the CYM Corporation, which processes raw adrenochrome from murdering children, at least there's no reason to second guess their documentation. I can't.
The number of inmates, you can see it's large.
Yeah, I could see a number.
Volumes. The production in milligrams and the average age. This is the adrenochrome production report per child.
That's the worst thing about Oprah. Shit, they got Oprah? Oprah Moss, who was born in 2009 in Newport Chemical. She's captured in Costa Rica. Is Moss a common surname in Costa Rica? In use for 11 months.
These are the names.
You know, the problem I have with adrenochrome and child murdering, blood drinking super predators is all the bureaucracy. You know what I mean? Triplicate this and double that. And by the way, this is from 4 hours ago. Yes, only pure Canadian for me.
Date of birth, age, inmate number, name of the camp in use for this number of months.
By the way, is there a reason why they're using kind of like a circa 1945 dot matrix printer kind of an layout? All right. The DMV of adrenochrome is depressing.
Captured in country of origin and the year when they are planned to be disposed. Part 2 of the production data, the blood type, suicidal or not. If marked yes, isolate subject and increase production.
Yeah, just in case they kill themselves before you can really milk that.
People have no empathy.
No, they don't. It's weird that they have no empathy. The people who bleed children to death while torturing them, just, you know, they can't show a little bit of compassion? What?
The daily production and type of torture.
Oh, they keep track of the kind? Type of torture. Give only number code. Yeah. Yeah.
This is really shocking.
It is very shocking that you actually believe this.
Children come from Costa Rica.
Yes,
Costa Rica incarceration facility. I think this is the abbreviation of Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Guantanamo Bay is actually, oh my God. I want this is in your refrigerator. I refuse to answer on the grounds that it may incriminate me. Meh.
Surprising.
Yeah, it would be surprising that Guantanamo Bay is an adrenochrome factory.
The bad guys were supposed to be locked up there.
And the irony, the bad guys are supposed to be locked up. Okay, this is an adrenochrome documentary.
Not. And there's many more.
On the Trump-oriented website, YouTube.
Or captured from the United States, Canada. And again, I will go a little bit further.
Why are they not listing the torture thing? Is somebody not filling out their forms? Gerald, why do we have those columns if people aren't putting in the type of torture? They're all empty. It looks like they've been in service for months. We clearly have to torture them. Are we turning out substandard adrenochrome? What's happening here?
Faster through these documents, but there's many.
Yeah, there are many, and many of them have been tortured or something, but there's no, the types of torture column is not being written in. Is someone not filling, honestly.
Many documents.
Is the printer off? Yeah, it's not like they just filled in some information on stuff and left the other stuff blank.
And another thing that is interesting to point out that
well, I'll be the judge of that.
These forms have been filled in with a typewriter, and you can tell because
Davenport, what the hell? All right, now I have to go on a rescue mission.
The print of each letter.
Incarceration, Red Star Air Force Base?
Is slightly different, which is a characteristic of a typewriter.
Yeah, it's you can tell it's true because they used a typewriter in the summer of 2020.
An old-fashioned one.
Yeah, it's not like some lunatic that mailed you. I can't send an email because I broke my typewriter.
To avoid a digital paper trail.
Well, that didn't work out very well since it all ended up on a USB stick that was resold through Amazon randomly to a Q follower.
I'll show you the volume here.
Yeah, so yeah, believe me, I trust you. There's lots.
These are all the forums.
I mean, it's almost like Some nutcase filled them all out, right?
There are many.
Yes. No one would go to this much trouble to, yeah.
It's huge.
It's very huge. It's huge, some would even say.
So this is the disposal report by the CYM Corporation.
Yes, and the main detention centers, plural, disposal report. So this covers multiple sites. Somebody better crunch these numbers, because if we've got some kids that aren't being properly disposed of.
In the first quarter of 2019, this number of children was
91.
Disposed. In 2019 total, almost 400 children were disposed. I guess this is the adrenochrome quota or quality.
Disposal of adrenochrome. Why would they dispose of the adrenochrome? You mean the quantity, I guess. Why are they throwing out perfectly good adrenochrome? What are we doing? Why do we set up all these?
When children have a B quality, they will be disposed.
Okay. Yeah, it's really sucks when you've got your adrenochrome cafe set up and that asshole puts that B in the window and you're like, there goes stock.
This is a more detailed disposal report. Page 1 out of 8.
No, it isn't. It's not more detailed. It's the same kind of details. It's actually less detailed than what you showed us.
Name of the child, date of birth.
Uh-huh.
So this child is 8 years old. To be disposed. It was disposed in the first quarter of 2019.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were getting a B- in home ec.
This child is 7 years old.
No, this line of data creates a fake child.
And again, this just goes on and on and on.
Oh my God, it's like all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Oh good, wait, maybe they do have a torture scheme. Is that what this is? The actual...
These are the locations of the adrenochrome harvesting sites.
Oh, well that's just bullshit. Okay, well, do we have addresses? Can we go there? Can we storm the place? How many of them are in the basement of a pizza parlor?
United States Army Special Medical Corps. Personnel Performance Report. Center name. That's the camp name and rank. Some sort of diagram that I do not completely understand. It's
well, it doesn't matter if you understand it or not. Just post it. I'm sure it's
related
awful.
to the personnel and the performance.
Uh-huh.
Camp Anza, Camp Callan. Please note these names because these are significant. Camp Kearney, Camp Kohler.
Yeah, I wouldn't get from this that a foreign power knows that there are a bunch of murderous lunatics in our country and is feeding them information that just so happens to point to the fact that our government is bleeding children at military bases to drive some of these lunatics. Now that they know they can get some of them to show up in front of a pizza parlor, it's only one step away from going, well then, why don't you just go straight to a military base? Go save the children from the military base. Isn't that, I mean, am I being a little naive that a hostile foreign power might see the benefit in making lunatics like this think that they need to go to military bases like that dude went to Comet Ping Pong?
Camp Lawrence J. Hearn, Camp Lockett, Camp McQuaid, Camp Santa Anita, Camp Sealy, Camp Stoneman,
Santa Anita,
Camp Young.
Well, I mean, they're all...
Now, if you look at these names...
Okay, I'll look at them.
For instance, Camp Callan. It was a United States training center, operational during World War II.
Uh-huh.
It was located in San Diego, California.
Oh, which is where most of your good, really high quality... I would go to Napa if you want some really good adrenochrome.
The facility was closed shortly after the war, and a few traces of the base remain. This is what it looked like at the time. But apparently, according to these documents, these camps are still operational.
But they aren't.
This is Camp Anita.
In 1945?
The way it looked in the Second World War.
Yeah.
This is another camp that
This is Camp Bridge.
is listed in these documents, Fort Point. And according to Google Maps, the location is just below the Golden Gate Bridge.
Well, I don't need Google Maps to tell me that.
And I think this is this building. I'm not sure.
Well, if you're not sure, just say it. I mean, it's just people believing that child killers are in there and they'll just freak out and show up with an arm to do good luck.
They're all these deserted places. Actually, this is a museum.
Hi, Uuuge. Piss off in the chat room. Beg your pardon, guys. Very seldom do I actually have to... Portia, do you see the Uuuge? Yeah, chat? Yeah. That's not... Nope. Let's see, I'm going to try to go back in here. This is the whole chat. Hello, everybody. That would explain the typewriter? Yeah, exactly. Camp BS is... As you do, Camp San Quentin. Right. I just looked up Camp Callan. There's a hospital there now. Dun, dun, dun. See, that's how they get you, though. That's the trick. Of course, it's a hospital. We need to lure children in. We'll definitely help your child.
Could also point out to the...
Hi, Uuuge, here's a good idea. You keep your bigoted crap out of my Facebook group, my Facebook page. So, there you go. You could start by showing us how it's done. I worry about the children of these people. They spend hours online. I'm guessing their children are at least neglected. Yeah. Do we need some sort of Camp Hanamoana? Yeah.
Underground facilities.
Well, yeah, of course they're underground because a lot of them have been leveled, so you have to believe.
Camp Stoneman used to be a United States...
You mean Camp Adreenochroman?
States Army military facility in Pittsburgh, California. Also closed down. So that's the pattern.
Yeah, so basically they're decommissioned military bases that were used. Did this all start after the war?
Another pattern is that their location is near national parks, very deserted areas.
Well, yeah, you'd have to be. All the screaming, it would keep the animals up.
Fort Ord, California, near Monterey Bay. And I will get back to Monterey Bay in a minute.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a couple of them around San Francisco. You know, clearly adrenochrome is a big gay thing. Right.
I don't know where the fort exactly is. This area is... There are many locations that are called Fort Ord, but there's also a national park here. So a secluded area.
Yeah, so anybody who's interested in funding national parks is probably a baby eater at this point. That's what we know.
Fort de John, very desolated.
Tejon.
And this is a list of closed military installations in California. And if you look at the list, it's identical with the names in these documents.
It's almost as if they went and looked up decommissioned military bases and used them as their points, because if you were Russian, you would want to dump this into the cuckoo land, because you'd make, in your disinfo campaign, this is how you would get crazies to shoot people.
Anza, Camp Anza, Camp Callan, Camp Kearney, Kohler. Yeah,
we get it.
Lockett.
Okay, she's going to keep going through all this, just page after page. Oh, here we go. This is the sale of the Adreeeenachrome.
Really weird.
Yes, it is.
These were printouts that were also added on the USB stick. All linking to the madeinchina.com website. Depending on the product or the category, you go to a subsite.
Oh, okay. Wait, so the Chinese, the Chinese have taken over adrenochrome production? Are we losing all of our factories? What the hell?
The main site is always made in-china.com.
Mm-hmm.
This product page
Adrenochrome for my family.
is related to a plasma torch head.
Well, yeah, that's how you get it out, right? You need this kind of like laser welding device that you...
I don't know why it's added in here.
I don't know, probably just, I mean, what do you know about adrenochrome cultivation? Obviously, you want to caramelize the top like a creme brulee. Am I not?
It's a bit freaky.
It is a bit freaky.
It's scary.
Is it scary?
Many pages that list hand sanitizers.
Ugh, that's where it is. That's how they get you. First, you know.
I don't understand why that was added. There seems
You don't want to handle adrenochrome with your hands all dirty.
to be a story behind it that I haven't figured out.
Yeah, this is customers who bought adrenochrome also bought
what it means. Because there's many pages that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's almost as if they put in filler.
This is a bit more morbid. Medical dead body bags.
Okay.
Are these body bags ordered? I don't know.
Yes, I guess you'd order those. I don't know. Talk to the supplier.
All made in China.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Now this is very interesting. This product, because I went to the Made in China website
Of course, because it's there.
and made some screenshots. And this particular product is related to...
Yeah, this is Lobo programmed shit. Yeah, this is... I think Russian might be the thing as well. She's just got a looser European accent.
Carbazogrome. And it's a hemostatic, an agent that will seize the blood flow from an open wound.
Mm-hmm.
It's this one. And it's actually, I think, a byproduct made of adrenochrome.
No, it isn't. Why is there... What do you mean? The Chinese have so much adrenochrome, they're making secondary shit? What could be... So you've got an immortality drug, but it also makes a great, like, lube.
Sold as a powder.
Well, yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Carbazochrome, the semi-carbazone of adrenochrome. And if you have any questions, you can contact the lovely Mrs. Cherry Feng for more questions. Made in China also sells adrenochrome.
Well, then why is it an elite, like, immortality drug? What makes it elite, then? And they seem to be mass producing it.
Form. It's all hidden in plain sight.
It's not hidden at all. You can search it. But, Maddie, don't eat the flowers. Quit.
So that's made in
There's several different versions of adrenochrome.
China. And many hand sanitizers.
Yeah. Well, you mix it, don't you? You cut it with hand sanitizer.
Printouts. There needs to be something behind that as well.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what it is.
Could, probably.
This is the last file that I want to point out, and this
Okay.
is actually even more disturbing.
Even more disturbing than what we've seen so far, that you could buy mass-produced adrenochrome on a readily available website?
The things I've showed you so far.
Uh-huh.
This is a CYM hunting schedule for 2021. Now,
So not only are these people admitting to what they have, with the names of the kids and everything, and what they do with them, where they do it in their documents, but they print up a list of like where they're going to go snatch kids up. Maddie, quit eating the flowers. Stop it.
this relates to the children that are supposed to be disposed.
Well, yeah, you got to replace them.
There have been several witnesses, survivors of these human hunting parties
Well, yeah, they suck at it.
that have come forward to talk about
Let me guess, they're in their late 50s.
these hunting parties where children are hunted as a form of sports or entertainment.
Why would you hunt them for sport or entertainment if they're perfectly... It's like, yeah, this is our golden goose hunt. We just kill golden gooses. This is so stupid.
The first time these stories appeared was during the Marc Dutroux case in Belgium.
Well, Belgium, I mean. Evil.
Child molester that abducted
I hope those numbers aren't zip codes because they're blatantly wrong. Yeah.
children for the royal elite. Two witnesses of the ITCCS, Toos Nijenhuis and Annemarie van Blijenburg, also testified about these human hunting parties. Fiona Barnett also testified about this taking place in the US. They take place in the US, they take place in the Netherlands, in the neighborhood of Zwolle, near the Veluwe, in Belgium. It implicates the royal families, the top politicians.
Yeah, I mean, low-end politicians don't go hunting.
And these are lists by CYM, the hunting schedule for the United States. So these are listed per state.
Yeah, the ITCCS, yes, they're in Silicon Valley.
For each month through the summer. And these are the...
Crap, we missed the deadline, guys. We're ever going to sign up for next year?
Hunting parties that were planned for next year. And that's huge as well.
Huge.
It's 15 pages.
Yeah, and nobody would write a bunch of shit like that.
I mean, this is really sickening.
Well, yeah, you're obviously sick. This is sick. Your people are crazy.
You can see the volume of this.
Yeah, I can. And what's odd is you're showing me more stuff than Rudy Giuliani ever showed me of the Hunter Biden laptop, which also doesn't exist. So I give you points for that.
So 600 children, or 600, no, let's say 600 hunting parties are supposed to take place.
Next year? Shit.
And
here's their names, and here's everyone involved.
These are the names of the children that were planned to be hunted. Riley Charles, he's 12 years old, blood type.
He's in Alaska.
Alaska, I think this is. This is the camp where they are imprisoned. To be hunted in April the 21st.
Why would you give a shit if you're hunting them? Or do you maybe these are the people who get the fresh straight adrenochrome. They hunt them and then they just kill them right there.
Etc. etc. You also find very young children, like
yeah, you don't want them to run very fast. I mean, a 9-year-old can be pretty fleet-footed, but you know a 6-year-old's going to stumble on the first log.
7 or 6.
And obviously these people are, 1,000 years old. They don't want to twist an ankle.
Years old. That's because the elite likes to order specific children.
Yeah, the elite likes to order specific children. Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't just bring me anything. No, that's not what I asked for. Send it back. If it's not on the menu, I'm not interested. Don't sell me that secret menu bullshit.
Have a specific look or age or sex that they like to participate in these hunting parties, but also children that
they don't have their 40-yard dash. They don't trained as a weapons specialist, great with a knife. Make it sporting at least. Good God.
That are of no value anymore for these. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Natalie. Welcome to the middle of our hell. This is on a website called UuugeTube, where a lot of people have, that follow Trump have rescinded. And this is allegedly documents found that prove that Trump was right about the adrenochrome harvesting elites like Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin. And these documents were discovered on a USB stick from a guy who magically happens to be a huge Q fan and is big on all of these sites. And he ordered a bunch of USB sticks, and one of them just happened to have data on it. He was going to send it back, but he decided to look anyways, just to see. And magically, it was all the information one would need to find all the bases where the children are being attacked and the names and birth dates of the children that are being eaten and having their blood drank by elite politicians and celebrities in Hollywood to stay young forever, especially the ones that are old.
Industry, they're disposed this way.
I will say that I all of a sudden want to watch Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme, though.
And again, this just goes
What kind of name is Chance? My mama took one.
on and on and on.
I am not kidding. Oh, cheers, Cassie. Yeah, now let's do some real graphics.
No matter how disturbing this is, we need to bring this to the light. And
oh, German Q Patriot on Gab. She's got the files. She's got the documents.
I encourage you to download the files yourself, store them in a safe place, share them far and wide. A big thank you to German Q Patriot for sharing this.
Oh, I thought that was hers. Okay.
Thank you to Steffi for being brave and
yeah, Steffi, thanks for being brave and hiding your name and your bullshit story.
Doing the right thing. This is the link where these files can be downloaded. They open up in Telegram.
Yeah, and they definitely don't have malware in them. Don't worry about that. Just open them. Just open the zip file right away. Don't run any software on it because it will trigger the satellites to be able to find out where your house is.
If you don't have the Telegram app, you can download all the files here, or go to the Benjamin Fulford site. He wrote something about this data dump in the September 28th message, and he put an archived link there, but it only allows you to download the first PDF, and this is actually
really just one thing of it. That's
all the PDFs.
Mm-hmm.
These crimes can only exist in the dark. We need to bring this into the light. By exposing it, we make it stop. Thanks for watching.
Good God. So this is, just so you know, this was just posted today, about a half hour ago. These people aren't going anywhere. What is it? Gene Simmons what? Went on an anti-racist rant. He let it rip. Said they need to be exposed and called out, all fired from their jobs. Wow, there we go. Well, yeah, he's Jewish. Gene Simmons' real name is Chaim Vitz. He was born in Israel, and he was a school teacher initially. So my guess is he doesn't take too kindly to Holocaust deniers. I'm totally going to that link. Are you kidding me? Did she post it? Where we go? I need to follow that. There's the link to go to the download. It's her website. Graceful Light. She's in the UK. Telling. BitChute. There's a Rumble. Oh, God. I'm not going to register with Rumble. Get the hell out of here. Starting my own Rumble. Are you nuts? Yeah, no. Yeah, just click on this link to a server in New Zealand and download these documents that have a lot of Chinese stuff in them. Nothing bad will happen. Nothing. I'm not going to follow it, Nathan. I will not. I will. Yeah, this is totally real, Nat. This is totally real. Hold on one second. I'm going to go to benjaminfulford.net real quick. Hold on. It's Benjamin. This has gotta be Benjamin Fulford, yeah. Oh, really, Maddie? Really? You're gonna throw up now? After you just ate the flowers? And my cat's gonna barf. You okay, kiddo? Poor kid. Blech. Ah, thanks for that. I needed to see that. Thanks. I gotta go clean up cat vomit. Good times. You can mine it for adrenochrome. By the way, this is the guy's page that they're talking about. I gotta shrink this out. This is the Benjamin Fulford guy. Capitol flags fly at half-mast. U.S. Capitol flags fly at half-mast are used to signal distress at the death of a prominent government official. It could be related to the death of George Shultz, but it may have a deeper meaning. Transition to a new age for the American continent set to begin. Thanks, Maddie. Yeah, it's gross. Leave it alone. I'll get it. China suffers Taiwan air battle defeat. Like, this guy just posts rando stuff. Tool Air Force Base. Oh, I see. I get it. Tool, the Tool Society. Hollywood Effects can't say bankrupt USA Incorporated. Oh, this is the Corporation of the United States concept. It's over, folks. Criminal enterprise known as the Corporation of the United States of America is finished. Actual on-the-ground reports with White House press passes confirm that nobody is in the White House. The corrupt members of Congress and the Senate dare not show their faces in Washington, D.C., knowing they could be arrested if they do so. Here's a picture of the Oval Office soundstage where they are shooting the so-called President Biden using Hollywood effects. Oh, this is good. Hold on. This is nice. Here we go. This is always another option. Different uniforms were used to fake inauguration of Biden. On-source locators say actors were hired. Now compare the inauguration of George Bush and the uniforms and insignias. Dun, dun, dun. It's almost as if it was raining. There's plenty of other evidence out there, such as photos of the parking lot behind the Oval Office when the real one would have had a lawn in the background. That one I haven't seen. Somebody talked about that. Thief in chief, Biden, and the team were denied the use of government plane and had to fly on a private plane, illustrating how he is an illegitimate president. Pentagon sources say we are now in an interim before the Republic of the United States of America is established. Eventually potential. This is true. This is what they believe, folks. This is what March 4th is going to be about, by the way. This is the guy that this woman cites where she initially saw the post that she put up. Pentagon officials, let's see, remember, the Republic of the United States of America, founded in 1776, was replaced by a privately owned corporation in 1871. That corporation's shelf life has now expired. However, the owners of the corporation, the Rockefeller and Rothschild, etc., Jews, crime families are still fighting tooth and nail to keep their illusion of control intact. They have reached a deal with communist China to finance the corporation and have been blackmailing the U.S. military with nuclear dirty bombs. This is why their shit show is still on many television sets. As further evidence, the Rockefellers are trying to sell us out to China. Take a look at the CCP flunky. They want to run the CIA. The National Pulse. Okay, we'll look at that in a minute. However, Pentagon, British MI6, and Russian FSB sources say a counterattack is underway that will end their entire fake pandemic and related attempt at establishing totalitarian rule. Russian FSB sources promise, yeah, because that's a source here. The global trend is to stop the pandemic hysteria by May. Yeah, that's exactly Biden's plan, too. Of course, we have seen so many deadlines come and go with no visible change happening that we will only believe this when we see it, you think? Nonetheless, the reasons the Russians say it will be over by May is because although the information has been carefully scrubbed from the English language internet, boy, that's rough. This is still on there, but they've scrubbed every other part of it. The fact is that the 2020 global mortality statistics show no increase. In other words, the objective facts show that the entire pandemic was fake. I mean, because everybody stayed indoors, nobody had car accidents on the same level that they had, so the number of people that are killed by COVID is made up by the fact that most people aren't going out and falling off a ladder. Right, that's the basis of it. The article of the link below is in Russian has English charts showing these statistics. Please use Google Translate or something similar to read the text. Furthermore, shocking revelations about the real reason for the ongoing mRNA vaccination campaign have motivated world special forces to intensify the hunt and kill operation against Khazarian Mafia Politburo and their flunkies. This means, for example, the entire extended Rockefeller family is being rounded up. Here is proof of the Rockefeller guilt from a document the foundation produced in May of 2010. It's not so much the document as they put it, I mean, retyped it. Okay. In 2021, the pandemic that the world had been anticipating for years finally hit. Huh? In 2021? Really? They were off by... Okay. Unlike 2009's H1N1, this new influenza strain, originated from wild geese, was extremely virulent and deadly, and even the most pandemic-prepared nations were quickly overwhelmed when the virus streaked around the world, infecting nearly 20% of the global population. Oh, I see. So they wrote this in the past, but they were off by a year. Pandemic also had a deadly effect on economies, international mobility. So this is, yeah, this is supposedly. United States' initial policy of strongly discouraging citizens from flying proved deadly in its leniency, accelerating the spread of the virus not just within the U.S., but across borders. However, few countries did fare better, China in particular. By 2025, people seem to be growing weary of much top-down control and letting leaders and authorities make choices for them. Huh? Even worse, the vaccines are now trying to inject into everyone on Earth are using CRISPR gene editing technology to alter people's DNA and brain structure in order to... The remainder of this article is only available to members if you log in or register to create an account. Really, that doesn't sound like info trapping at all. That's funny. If you see them, follow your oath. Benjamin Fulford. A monstrous crime has been carried out against the American people. An election was brazenly stolen. A lot of people are very angry, and they rightly should be, as dark forces are attacking. This is not the time to give up hope and flail about blindly like a man in a dark cave. It is time for swift, pinpoint, decisive action. The criminals who stole the U.S. election are now systematically preparing to come for and destroy any and all patriots, leaders of the truth movement. Patriots, guard your families. Everyone who swore an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, within the system, this call goes out to you first. Follow your conscience and act accordingly to save the Republic from satanic forces. I feel like I need crumply paper for this one. Military units also focus their efforts on where it counts the most. This means targeting the headquarters of the big media and telecommunication firms electronically. Shut them down. Activate the EBS, the electronic banking system. Arrest the criminals immediately before they can do any more damage, and begin public military tribunals. Also occupy the Federal Reserve branches and take away their control of the money. Include criminals in need of swift justice are any member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff who went along with this crime, any politician who knowingly went along with or promoted this crime, anyone knowingly pushing harmful mRNA, COVID, DNA-changing transhumanism vaccines, any member of the criminal propaganda media broadcasting hate speech and condemnation patriots promoting changes in the Constitution. If you are a bodyguard of these criminals, remember, they are actively trying to kill your extended family and friends. So shoot them or arrest them before they can do that. Holy shit. Remember, do not trust anything visual, on screen, or digital. Fuck me. I walked right into that, didn't I? I read this whole article. I was ready to buy it as a duly designated bodyguard of one of the criminal elites who drinks adrenochrome. I was all ready to do my duty to God and my country, you know. And then all of a sudden he says, don't trust anything, visual, on screen, or digital. The shit. Really? Only communicate via handwritten notes. If you must use a mobile or landline, only use a pre-agreed code words and phrases like, meet me at the parking lot, or meet me at the place where we caught that big trout. What are you doing here? You said, meet me at the place where we caught the big trout. This is a parking lot. Yes, but the last time we got big trout was when they had a sale at Kroger's. This is a war for freedom from satanic slavery, folks. I like when he gets all jolly. At stake is the survival of humanity, y'all. May God bless you all in this battle against evil. BF. That was, when was this? This was January 22nd. The timeline of the world's future will be chosen this week. These fuckers are all over the place. All right, now I'm really leaving because I can't do any more of this sort of shit. This is just nutty. Well, as slapdash as today's show was, thank you guys for following me down that weird little rabbit hole. Yeah, my cat barfed. I got to go clean that up. So, I really dig Hal's old radio voice. Thanks. I think it's appropriate for how this guy... Ladies, attention everyone, all our warriors and ships at sea. For duty and humanity, we must all fight evil and do our part. Yeah, that was super fucked up. And so was the video. And these people are, you know, these are the dead enders. This is all that's left of Trumpistan. This is who... And don't forget, this is who when you see tomorrow the Republicans pushing back, against, their Trump's lawyers and all this stuff, and they're pushing back against the Democrats' case. This is who they're taking their cues from. This is who they're afraid of. These are the people that they are worried about.